Welcome to Wrestling with Snipes. Today we'll be looking back at Monday Night Raw for February 10th, 2025. Raw kicks off with the Royal Rumble winner main event, Jey Uso. Jey is yeeting all through the crowd, then he jumps up on the announce table and the people are going absolutely banana as 13,000 strong are yeeting, but out of nowhere the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther shows up and he trips Jey Uso on the announce table. Gunther then picks up Uso and gives him a backdrop off the announce table and then tosses him into the ring. Gunther gets in the ring and he takes Jey Uso and hits him with a powerbomb. Then out come officials to break it up, but Gunther is not satisfied as he picks up Uso and hits him with a second powerbomb. Officials then get in between and help Gunther to the back, but as Gunther is about to hit the back, Jey Uso gets a mic and he says, "I shouldn't say this, but me and you at WrestleMania." Gunther then runs to the back and jumps up on the apron, but he gets attacked by Uso, falling back down to the ground. Then Uso leaps over the top rope, taking out Gunther and all the officials. Uso is trying to grab Gunther, but the officials get in between them to break it up, and the crowd is going absolutely bananas as the officials separate the champion and the challenger for WrestleMania. Then we see Kathy Kelly in the back with the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. Ripley says at this point, "We're just waiting for Charlotte Flair to make her decision, but she's taking so long because she is just trying to stay relevant." Then Io Sky and Dakota Kai show up. Sky says, "You cost me WrestleMania." Then Sky says, "I'm coming for you." Rhea looks at her and says, "Can't wait, I'll see you then." Then Dakota Kai and Io Sky walk away. Then it was time for the first match of the evening as Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez go against Dakota Kai and Io Sky. The match starts off with Io Sky and Raquel Rodriguez. Io slaps Raquel. Damage Control then double drop kicks Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets up and hits a big clothesline on Dakota. Sky then gets a tag and Raquel picks Sky up by the neck and tosses her into the corner. Liv then gets a tag and she puts the boots to Sky in the corner. We come back from commercial break and we see Dakota hit an enziguri on Rodriguez and she makes the hot tag to Io Sky. Liv also gets the tag and Sky hits a dropkick on Liv Morgan. Io then knocks both Liv and Raquel off the apron onto the floor and Sky hits a suicide dive to both female members of Judgment Day. Sky hits to the top rope and hits Liv with a missile dropkick. The crowd is getting into it as Sky tags in Dakota. Then she hits Liv with a German suplex. Dakota enters the ring and hits a Canadian Destroyer type backbreaker. 1, 2, Raquel breaks it up. Then Raquel uses Liv as a battering ram, taking out both members of Damage Control. Raquel hits a powerbomb on Liv onto Io Sky. Dakota then takes out Raquel and then she eats a codebreaker from Liv Morgan. Io then kicks Liv in the head and goes to the top rope and hits the moonsault. 1, 2, 3, Damage Control picks up the tag team victory. We come back from commercial break and we see Bayley in the ring. Then they show the crowd and there is Roxanne Perez in the crowd getting some heat. Then out comes Bayley's opponent for this Elimination Chamber qualifying match, the Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria. They lock up to start the match and Lyra grabs a headlock. Lyra gets a backslide but only gets a 2 count. Lyra tosses Bayley to the outside and hits a dropkick through the middle ropes, taking out Bayley as we head to commercial break. We come back from break and we see Lyra heading to the top rope, but Bayley meets her on the top. Valkyria knocks Bayley to the apron and Bayley's head slides between the ropes and Valkyria hits a big leg drop from the top rope. 1, 2, kick out. Lyra then goes for a roll-up, but Bayley reverses it into her own roll-up. 1, 2, 3. Bayley is victorious and she's heading to the Elimination Chamber. Valkyria and Bayley embrace in a hug after the match. Then out comes the returning phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ talks about how he made his return from injury in this same arena 4 months ago and he got injured again. But he says he's here now and he has something to prove. AJ says, "I am back." He says he has a long list of things to do. Then he looks at the WrestleMania sign. He says, I'm here to remind everybody I'm the phenomenal AJ Styles. Then out comes Dirty Dom and Carlito. Dom says, I know it's been a while since you've been on Raw and things have changed since then, but some things always remain the same. AJ says, you're right, things have changed. I don't see Damian Priest anymore. Then AJ asks the crowd where Rhea Ripley is. And I don't see Finn Balor around here either. They must be doing something else. Then AJ gets in Dom's face and says, Dom, you'll always be Rey Mysterio's punk-ass son. Dom swings at AJ, but AJ blocks it and hits Dom. Then he hits Carlito with a Pele kick as Dom exits the ring. Styles then sets up and hits a phenomenal forearm on Carlito as Dom looks on from the outside. AJ Styles is back. Then we go to the interview area as we see Jackie Redmond standing between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Seth says, all eyes are on me. Finn says, yeah, and all everyone sees is the downfall of Seth freaking Rollins. Finn says, Seth, you're the only thing that's in my way of winning Elimination Chamber and main eventing WrestleMania. Seth says, you really think that, huh? The way I see it is, Finn, is that you are standing in my way, but after next week, you won't be standing at all. Then we go to the back and we see Io Sky and Dakota Kai leaving the arena when they run into the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley. Rhea says, Io, I don't owe you anything, but I just spoke to Adam Pearce, and in 3 weeks on the Raw after Elimination Chamber, it's gonna be you and me one-on-one for the Women's World Championship. Io says, can't wait, and I'll see you then. Next out comes the best in the world, CM Punk. Punk says, is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Nashville, Tennessee, or what? We are on the road to WrestleMania. Punk says he was disappointed he didn't win the Royal Rumble, but he's not disappointed in his buddy Jey Uso. Yeet! Punk says, my goal is still main eventing WrestleMania. He says Jey is going after Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. So Cody, remember 2 weeks ago when I said I wouldn't stab you in the back, I'm going to stab you in the front, so now I have to. Punk says WrestleMania belongs to CM Punk. Then out comes Logan Paul. Logan says, you know, I see why they call you a punk. But there's other names I'd like to call you, but I can't say those on TV. Paul says, why do you boo me and cheer him? I eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. I had your number at the Rumble, and I'm gonna have your number at Elimination Chamber. Punk says, you know, the way they boo you, you'd think you were Dominic Mysterio. He says, if you're lucky enough to get past Rey Mysterio, then at Elimination Chamber in Toronto, I'm gonna put you to sleep. Then out comes Logan's opponent for the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Rey Mysterio. Early in the match, Logan catches Rey and hits him with a tilt-a-world backbreaker. Paul then runs at Rey, but Rey ducks and pulls down the rope, and out goes Logan to the outside of the ring. Rey then hits a corkscrew planche on the outside. Rey then goes to the top, but Paul meets him at the top of the ropes. Then he picks up Rey for a fallaway slam, but he does a moonsault splashing Rey, but only gets a 2 count. Then we come back from break and we see Rey hitting a baseball slide splash to Paul on the outside. Rey then throws Logan to the inside of the ring. Rey then goes to the top rope and hits a senton. Rey then hits a springboard moonsault. 1, 2, Paul kicks out. Rey then sets up for a 619 but turns around and he eats a big boot from Logan Paul. Logan runs at Rey again, but Rey reverses it. Logan then runs at Rey and Rey trips him onto the ropes, and then Rey hits a 619. Rey then goes to the top rope, but Paul gets his knees up. Paul then hits a big right hand followed by an inverted flipping DDT. 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul advances to the Elimination Chamber match. Then out of nowhere, the New Day attack Rey Mysterio, ending Monday Night Raw.